Alright everyone, welcome back to Cody's Lab. I have Canyon here with me, and today we're going to be showing off my sugar collection. As you can see, I've got many different types of sugar. I think this is Dextrose, Fructose, Sucrose, all the different grosses, as well as a few like aspartame and some of the fake sugars, and some sugar sources which are, historical sweeteners such as honey, and the newer ones like agave nectar. And today we're going to be going through and tasting all of them and describing how they taste. It's probably not going to be very scientific because the taste of one will probably mess with the taste of the other because we're going to be doing this kind of quick, but should give you guys a pretty good idea, and will probably be better than most things I've seen on YouTube so far. All right, would you like to get started? Sure. Let's start with the dextrose because I think that'll flavor our palates a little less. Dextrose and glucose. I think I have some glucose here. Dextrose is basically D-glucose. They're chemically identical. There is a type of glucose called L-glucose, which is a different isomer, which has a chemical structure that's the same, but it's the mirror image. I think it actually tastes the same, and I'm not actually sure if I have that or not. But my collection is not every sugar. I won't say that, but I would like to get there eventually. So would you like to try some dextrose?
Sure.
I don't think you've even tried that yet.
Nope. Should I wait for you?
Sure. Dextrose is one of my favorites.
It tastes like powdered sugar.
It's a little sweeter though.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like ground up Smarties or something.
Yeah. It does taste like Smarties.
And it dissolves in your mouth very quickly, and we're probably going to get a sugar headache after this because we're going to have a huge sugar rush.
Maybe do smaller spoonfuls?
I'm going to do full spoonfuls. All right, so I'm not going to bother with the glucose because that's the same chemical. It's going to taste the same. Let's try fructose next. Fructose is the fruit sugar. It comes from fruits. And this is granulated. And this is actually what's main constituent of honey. Would you like to try some of this? Here you are. So, this one has a very distinct flavor. It's a little bit longer lasting in your mouth. It's very similar to sucrose, but it's... how do you describe flavors to people who've never tried it before? But yeah, it's a little bit softer than the glucose. The glucose is kind of like a sharp spike and then it evens off. Fructose kind of is a slower, even spread of sweetness. I want to try maltose.
Okay.
So maltose is the sugar that is formed when like corn kernels begin to sprout. It forms in the malt. And I got this from a brewing supply company. As you can tell, it's got a whole beer thing on there. Try some of that.
You're spilling everywhere.
I suspect I'll have to sweep after this.
Yeah. It's like eating sand.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, actually. It's kind of a...
Sweet sand.
Slightly sweet sand. It takes a long time to dissolve in your mouth, too, so it's going to be under my tongue and stuff. There's some lactose, which is the sugar that forms in milk. And let's go ahead and try some of this. I happen to know already this is not going to be all that sweet, so... And I probably should...
Spoilers.
Spoilers. You said maltose was like eating sand. This is like eating sand. Lactose is almost not sweet at all, and it takes even longer to dissolve in your mouth.
Let's not do that one again.
All right, you want to try some ribose?
Sure.
Ribose. This is actually a pretty cool one. It's got a slight caramely smell to it. And actually ribose is about what I was expecting the lactose to taste like, because it's got that slight caramely flavor to it.
Spoilers.
It's my collection. I've had it for a while. I've tried them before. I don't think you've tried this one before. How would you think of it?
It's pretty good.
It's like it's not quite as sweet as the glucose, but it's got that caramely flavor to it. Yeah. Ribose is found in cells of living things. It's actually a component of dinucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Yes, so that's the ribose in DNA. Let me check the thing, make sure it's
Wait, is that deoxyribose or ribose?
I'm
confused now. Let's keep going.
I suspect the D might stand for deoxy, but I think that's the isomer.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to do some research on that. You'd think I'd know, but I don't know everything. All right, so sucrose, regular granulated table sugar. This comes from sugar canes. I'm pretty sure you know what this tastes like. And you know, after tasting some of these other ones, this is like not my favorite sugar anymore. It's very similar to
The
fructose.
Yeah.
It's a little sweeter and a little sharper, so it doesn't last as long in your mouth. It's like, yeah, you guys know what sucrose tastes like. All right, now we have some cellulose, which is actually the most common organic molecule on the planet because plants use this in their cell walls.
I'm not eating a cotton ball.
What, no? That's all right. Humans can't digest cellulose anyway. It's pretty much water insoluble, so it's not going to be sweet at all. It's, cotton fibers or cellulose molecules linked together in a chain. So let's not taste that one, I guess. What would you like to try over here? Do you want to?
I don't know.
I want to try this agave nectar. I haven't really tasted a lot of this. Would you like some?
Sure.
It's very caramely. It's kind of like a mixture of caramel and corn syrup.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Corn syrup. I think this has got vanilla added to it, but it's mostly dextrose in solution. So I suspect it would taste like dextrose with some vanilla and villanella added to it, I guess.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit salty, actually. They must add salt to it.
That's weird. Here you go.
Want to try honey?
Try, honey.
You know what honey tastes like, don't you?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
What
this
does it taste like?
is definitely my favorite sweetener because I'm a beekeeper. It makes sense. This is a mixture of the glucose and fructose, a little bit of sucrose. In fact, it's a little bit crystallized, so the sugars are separating out. I actually like it better when it's crystallized because it takes a little bit longer to dissolve, so it's not that super high spike in sweetness. It's a little bit smoothed out. Try some of that if you want.
I think we're running out of spoons, so I'll wait.
Where? So molasses, this also comes from cane sugar. This is, you guys probably know if you've worked with sugars at all, this is just what's left over after they crystallize the sucrose out of the cane syrup. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and try some of this. Molasses is pretty bitter because it contains all this extra stuff, so it's like not nearly as sweet as the pure sucrose. Also, it's got a lot of burned caramel sugar stuff in it and some calcium from when it was being clarified, and I don't think this has any salt.
You're gonna trip.
Already did.
Okay.
Brown sugar here is basically the cane sugar crystals mixed with a little bit of molasses. So I don't think we need to try any of that. And I have here some sugar beet goop, as Kangen says.
Burnt sugar goop.
She does not like this. It's, no, I don't either. It didn't turn out nearly as well as I'd hoped. It's very has like a dirt-like taste. It's like sugar mixed with dirt. I think I've explained this before in the video that I made this. I'll put a link somewhere to that. And now I guess we'll get into these fake sugars, which will completely ruin our palate. Here's some aspartame, the one that everybody thinks will cause cancer. It definitely won't, unless you ate like a lot of it or something. This is what they use in 0 calories sodas. This actually has a little bit of dextrose mixed with it to bulk it up. I didn't do that. I just couldn't find any aspartame that didn't have that. And I'm still looking. In fact, all of these have a little bit of normal sugar in here. What about some stevia? Ever tried stevia? This is erythritol. I'm not sure how to say that, but you know, it's the extract from stevia leaves. So this is natural sugar, but it doesn't have nearly as many calories.
That's really gross.
Yeah, when it's pure like this, it's really quite strong. And it's going to stick in your mouth for a very long time.
Thank you, Cody.
Not nearly so long as the sucralose will, though. This is an isomer of sucrose. And it sticks to the taste buds and it doesn't let go. So that's why they've bulked it up with maltose to make it lower density, so that it's the same sweetness as sugar for volume. But you know, this one actually tastes a little bit buttery. It's not that bad, really. Yeah.
It's weird. Definitely better than the stevia.
All right, what we got here? Saccharin. Yeah, I think this is dextrose mixed with sodium saccharin. This is also used in 0 calorie sweeteners, even though it has a small amount of calories to it. It's just your body can't break down the saccharin very well. This one, actually, it tastes like salt.
It's really gross. That was probably the worst.
Yes. It's because saccharin it's actually sodium saccharin.
Oh, so it's got salty.
Yeah, it's got the sodium ion, so it just gives it a salty taste.
Ugh.
This also has a little bit of dextrose, but the salty taste overwhelms it all.
Whew.
Of course, if you dilute it into a drink, it's...
Not so bad, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, a tiny amount of this is able to be tasted, so that's why it's used as a low-calorie sweetener, because you just need a little tiny bit of it. All right, so I think we went through all the sugars that I currently have. I'll be adding to this collection over time. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time.